Hi, I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and today I'm going to show you how to make a great horned Zokling. So this is a great horned Zokling. They might be a little bit taller than this, depends on the length of the exact sock that you get in your kit. You can only make these from the largest Zokling kit, the one that comes with a knee sock in it. And this is what we do with the very, very top part of the sock. And you're going to get these little horns or ears on the top. He kind of looks like a cat, he kind of looks like an owl, he can be whatever you like, and I'm going to show you how to make him. So this is the top part of the knee sock that comes in the largest Zokling kit. I already showed you in another video how to cut the sock apart to get the 3 pieces that you'll get in that kit, and also how to attach the eyes. So what I'm going to show you today is how to do this top part, and it does involve either the use of a sewing machine or you can hand sew it, but it's really easy to sew by machine. So you want to put the eyes in before you do this part because they're going to be a little marker for you. So you want to turn it right side out after you get the eyes in. And then you want to flatten him on a flat surface so that the eyes are pretty well centered in there. Now, this is really, really easy. All you're going to do is sew a U shape in there. I don't usually use a marker, but I'm going to do it just to show you guys what we're going to do because sometimes it's hard to see at the sewing machine. So you're just going to sew a simple U shape. Wow, this is really hard to draw on. But you can see here what we're going to do. The one thing that's really important for you to think about when you start sewing and when you finish sewing, make sure that you're sewing off the side of the socks. The end of the sock is an opening, so if you start sewing right up here, you're going to have a little hole in the corner and your filling is going to come out of your Zokling. So make sure that you start and finish sewing on the sides of the sock and get them as close to the top as you can so you get this guy as big as possible. So now we're going to take him over to the sewing machine. So you can do this by hand, and I'll link to a video that shows you what kind of a stitch you would want to use, but it's really, really easy to do on the sewing machine. I did change this to a stretch needle that has a slightly rounded tip on it, and it has less tendency to snag on knit fabrics. Some socks in some of the kits will work just fine with a regular needle, but if you want to be on the safe side, change it to a stretch or a ballpoint needle. And then just go in the side here. Make sure you're going off the side of the sock. Back stitch a little bit so you secure it in there. Sometimes a sock won't want to creep forward when you just barely got it in there. Just hold on to these threads on the back to get it started. And then you just sew. And it doesn't even have to be a perfectly symmetrical U. It'll still be really cute no matter what you do. Make sure you're sewing right off the side of the sock. Back stitch a few stitches, and then stitch forward again. And we'll take it out of the machine. And we'll go back to the work table for the last bit. So the last thing you want to do is just cut away some of this excess fabric so you get a nice smooth curve in there. Don't get too close to the line that you stitched. Keep about 1/4 of an inch away. And just carefully cut away the extra. I think it's easier to cut it away after you've sewn it because the fabric does tend to curl at the edges. So this way you're not sewing right up against those curling edges, and it makes it really handy. And then you're going to turn it right side out. And you can use a chopstick or a pointer or the eraser end of a pencil and just push those little ears or horns up before you fill it, because the filling is not going to be strong enough to push those up. You really need to use a stick of some kind. You just want to push them out so that the filling will fill into them. And I've got another video that shows you how to fill them, how much filling to put in each of them, and also how to sew up the bottom. So you're ready for the last steps. So that's it. It's really easy to make a great horned Zokling, and it uses up every last bit of the socks that you'll get in your kit. I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World. I'll see you next time.